Hi guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So I have, welcome to day 4 of Vlogtober to start with. Hi Maverick. Hi. You cannot have my Diet Pepsi. Did you come to say hello to everybody? Say hi everybody. No kisses for mama? No? Okay. Guess not. You thought you were getting some of my pop when you heard it open, didn't you? This is never going to happen. I'm so sorry. It's not. It's not. My sleepy boy. He heard me, I saw a spider. I tried to catch it. And what's worse than seeing a spider and trying to catch it? A spider getting away. So in the depths of my room behind my yarn, there's a spider. I'm not cool with that at all. I do not like killing things at all. Not like just me like I don't like people at work. Even if we find something, we stick it in a container and take it outside. We save it. We liberate it. Because I do not like killing things, and they do it now because of me, which I appreciate greatly. And I practice the same thing at home. I mean, it's not just something I do to be weird or something. Like I don't like to kill things. I value the life. That being said, I do not like it when they do not like to be liberated. Anyway, so today, what happened today? I haven't yet got to watch anything scary or spooky. Maverick and I will hopefully be doing that. So after this video, I am going to film my Joann's haul video because I am getting anxious and chomping at the bit to get that yarn out of its box that keeps sitting next to me and taunting me. And it's a big box, so it's also getting in the way. So I'm going to do that. And then, honestly, and then I'm really tired, so I'm probably going to go to bed. Or at least like lay down and watch TV and crochet. Maybe not crochet. We'll see. Lay down and watch TV for sure. Probably fall asleep if I'm being fully honest, because I'm pretty tired. But before all that happens, I went to, I think I told you I had $10 in Michael's money and Joann's money that was about to expire. So I went there today after I went to the doctor's. And actually, my little brother from work, Cameron, he ended up going with me to be my ride-along partner because of David being on the night schedule and everything and not being able to go. So he rode along with me, and we had a really fun day. We went to, like, Cameron's always down for, like, whatever. He doesn't care what we do. So after we went to the doctor, we went and had lunch at, we went to Chick-fil-A because they had a new spicy chicken sandwich I really wanted to try, which I know I shouldn't have, but I wanted to. It was that honey jalapeno pimento cheese spicy chicken. It was really good. Don't eat there very often, but it was really good. I wanted to try it, and I'm glad we tried it. And then Cameron's never eaten there, so it was an experience. He liked it. We went, and like I said, he's down for whatever, so I told him, I was like, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, my hips hurt, I hurt. I was like, I don't want to like spend a lot of time or anything, but I kind of want to go to Joann's and Michael's. And he was like, that's fine, I don't care. So we did that, and but first I'll tell you what the doctor said if you want to know. So she started off with, I think she was going the route of remember when I went through specialist A, B, and C. I don't remember which was which, but I know Specialist A was the one I never wanted to see again because they were super unhelpful. I think she was going the route of Specialist A, because she was starting to just do the whole like, oh, well, we have a thing that's like a boot. And I was like, I have those at home. I have the one to sleep in and the one to walk in. And, you know, being on my feet all day at work, it's really hard to do and hard to walk in. And, you know, and she's like, oh, yeah, I understand. And she's like, how many hours a day are you on your feet? You know, would you say at work? And I was like, 10 or more. And she's like, what? like it was unheard of or something. And I was like, yeah, every day, you know, like that's my normal. And, I don't know, she just seemed like mind blown by that. And I was like, are people not? I mean, I didn't want to tell her that sometimes I don't, you know, get a break or whatever, because she might really be like, so I was telling her just, it didn't like, okay, like it, I mean, the point of the boot, because it's like a hard boot that holds your foot in like a really sharp kind of angle, you know, and like it's stretching. And like when you have the heel spurs and stuff, the bone spurs, whatever, it's stretching is really good, even though it hurts a lot when you start. So like people, when they have them, they don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So when you get your foot into that position, it does hurt. It hurts a lot. But like every morning when I wake up, when I'm laying in bed and I'm still laying down, I have to like roll and stretch my foot, because if I don't, once my foot hits that floor, it's like a tight, it's like already so tensioned up that it's like a tight coil, like it feels like it's going to break. I mean, it's not probably physically going to break, but it feels like that. It's pain I don't want, you know, first thing in the morning. So yeah, I have to just lay there and roll and stretch my feet in bed even, you know, before I even get up. So she was trying to just do the whole like preaching about stretching and, you know, well, do you do that? You should do that. And I was like, I do that to an extent. I'm sure I'm not the world's best stretcher. You know, I was telling her like when I do get a break at work, I tend to like slip my shoes off. And, you know, even if I'm doing something else, like if I am eating lunch or if I'm crocheting or if I'm like watching videos on my phone or something, my shoes are off and I'm still like rolling my feet, and just because my feet hurt, if nothing else, but that stretches out, you know, those muscles also. And she's like, oh, that's good. But it kind of sounded like she didn't believe me, because when she started out telling me, she's like, I'm going to tell you to stretch and you're not going to do it because no one ever does. It's like, okay, well, I already kind of do. And I tried to, you know, let her know each thing that I, you know, did. And like, I have, they're just something that you can get from Amazon. But when you have heel spurs and plantar fasciitis and stuff like that, it's kind of like a little cage with a roller on it that's either hard foam or like a light plastic or something. I'm not really sure what it's made out of, but it has little nubbies and it's a round cylinder that's in this little cage. And the cage is just to set it on the floor so it doesn't roll away. And then you're meant to set your foot on it and roll it over it. And while you're doing that, I mean, it massages your foot, but it makes your foot go like this, so it stretches the back of your heel out, so it stretches your tendon also, and it makes your foot feel good too, because it gives you a foot massage, right? And I use that often, like not as often now that I've got the really nice like vibrating foot massager thingy that David got me, because I got it for a foot massager, but it does do the job of stretching out the tendon also. And she said, like also pick it up, hold it by the cage thing and like roll it. Cause like apparently my tendon that runs from my down by my Achilles heel down there all the way, like it runs like halfway up your calf or all the way up your calf. I don't know how she was explaining it. It's all super like coiled up tight. Like it's super tight, she said. She said everything is like crazy tight. Everything down in my heel area is like really crazy inflamed. She was looking at the x-rays, and she was like drawing curves on it with her little pen thing and showing me like how much of it extra. I think she said an inch. She said it was significant, but she didn't say just like, oh, this is significantly bigger. She was like, this is significantly bigger than most of them. Like she was almost like impressed with how big my bone spurs were. I shouldn't be laughing. Like it's not a good thing, but it was like comical how big they are, I guess, or how much somebody who sees them a lot was still like, so yeah, it definitely isn't just something I'm being a huge baby about. I mean, I'm probably to some extent being a baby about the pain, but, definitely not, huge baby. She prescribed me the same thing as my regular doctor for just like temporary relief, which is that steroid block. I did not make it to the pharmacy today. I was 5 minutes short of making it to my pharmacy by the time I got back into town. So David's going to try to pick them up in the morning. And if he does not, or if he forgets, I'm just going to leave before work and go get them. I would have liked to have started taking it tonight so that it had a better effect by work tomorrow, but that's okay. And then, yeah, like she asked me like how much of an effect it had on me before. And, I was telling her that hopefully it didn't. I was like, I don't know if it's supposed to do this. I don't know if I'm just crazy because I don't know, But with a steroid block, if you don't know, if you've never had one, it came in a package, and it almost reminded me of like birth control, because there was just like the pills were in a row, and they were like, sorry, really itchy nose. The pills were in a row by day, but it would be like day 1, and it would have like, I think it was 5 pills. And so it'd be like 5 little blister packets of pills, and then day 2, it would decrease to 4, and day 3 would decrease to 3, or, whatever. And the idea was to decrease it however many days it is down to 1. So it evens out the steroid in your body. But it's like after day 1, the next day, it was just gone. Like the pain, maybe like 2 days later, the pain was just like back. It was like back. And she didn't seem surprised by that. Like, I'm guessing maybe with the size of my bone spurs, maybe, or with how tight things are or something in there, maybe. But yeah, but at first she was just like, and we could try physical therapy if that's viable for you. But I was explaining to her that I work evenings, sleep during the day, because I stay up. Like, I was trying to explain to her my sleep schedule. And I was like, I pretty much only get like 5 hours of sleep, and those 5 hours of sleep are during business operation times. And she's like, oh, that wouldn't work. And I was like, no, not very well. And like, I'd be really, really, really tired during that time. And she's like, yeah, maybe we won't try physical therapy. It's like, okay, maybe we won't. And then she told me it was no pressure, that I didn't have to get them, but she recommended. And she said, she gave me different options for different places, but she pretty much said like Walmart, Meijer, any place where I would normally get shoe inserts, which I get them at Walmart or Meijer, actually. Those places, I mean, they are what they are, but they're mostly like springy for comfort, but not necessarily supporting the right support areas for places like for people with, like, even though the package says for plantar fasciitis or for whatever, it doesn't really give the like hard support that she was describing that you would need. So I ended up buying from their office because they were a lot cheaper than the prices quoted at some other places that she had mentioned. So I have some other inserts for my shoes, some actual like medical grade ones or whatever for now. And I'm getting the steroid block, and it was really weird because she mentioned shots, because I know one of you guys mentioned shots, and then like in the same breath she was like there's also an option of shots, and she goes, but because it's by the Achilles tendon, I won't do that. I was like, why did you mention it then? Like, it's not really an option if you won't do it. I guess maybe she was just telling me in case I found a different doctor. I don't know. I was like, if you won't do it, why even bring it up, I guess. But okay, thanks for the info. So it's an option, but it's not an option for her. And then she's like, and then if you're ever wanting to try it, we can talk about surgery. And I was like, well, my workplace is literally getting ready to get me on medical leave, and like I'm down for the surgery if that's what's gonna help it, because I just wanted, like, it's been 4 years since I had this checked out then, and I'm sure it was getting unbearable then, or I wouldn't have went at the time either. So she's having the surgeon get a hold of me, and then she said the next time I see her will be for pre-op consultation or something like similar to that. So the ball is rolling, let's put it that way. That was like a really long-winded way of saying the ball is rolling. But so I have a few things to hopefully help out in the meantime, and then I really don't know how long or how short of a time we will be waiting otherwise. I know it's like the last time David was like, you can't just put it off until after you see your concerts, but I'm only going to have one Fozzy concert to go to. I already have tickets, and it's going to be this month, so I am going to tell them I don't want to do it until after that. At least I hope it's not till after that. Like, I don't know if they'll give me much of a choice. I guess I should say that. But if I get the choice, I am going to wait till after it. I am in pain, but like... I know. Nobody lecture me. I'm ridiculous. I know. Fozzy would understand. That's my health update. Because leading into that, so then I said we went to lunch, and then I had the $10 to spend. So the first place we went was Michael's, because that's further down the road, and I was already cranky, sore. I just wanted to go home, to be honest. I had shopping to do today, which I know Cameron didn't. Like, I'm sure if I'd asked him, he would have went shopping with me too, like grocery shopping, but I'm sure he didn't want to, so I did not ask him to do all that. And I had already decided that I was like, when Cameron and I get home, like, he can go on his way, and I am going to go in, hang out with Maverick. I just want to sit down for a while, to be honest, and then I can worry about my shopping. I ended up going shopping, like, late into the night, like, right before the store closed, kind of late into the night. So, where was I going with it? I got a text and it like rebooted my brain there. Oh, so I was trying to make the trip like as easy as possible. So I like went down to Michael's and then was gonna zip back, and I went in, and that Michael's, they didn't have, it's the one I always like kind of complain about being like a small Michael's compared to the other ones in the area. But I will say, customer service wise, like the checkout girl, she was so nice, like so nice. But before I got there, let me just say, like, so they actually are in selection. I didn't film anything. I was gonna do like a little vlog in there, partially because Vlogtober, partially because I figured you guys would like to see, and partially because it's the first time Cameron had ever been in any, like, he'd never been in a Michael's, he'd never been in a Joann's, anything like that. So I thought, you know, let's film Cameron in a yarn store. But like, you guys have met him one time when it was his birthday and I had him on film saying hi. But like I said, I was just sore and cranky and wanted to get home. So we went in. I was going to say ran in, but we all know that didn't happen with me. We went in and, like, there were no anniversary cakes. There were a limited amount of macchiato cakes. There was a limited amount of the new cloud cakes. There were quite a few spice cakes, but I'm not really down for the new spice cakes or for spice cakes, period. I don't, you know, the bigger yarns, like, I'm not really down for them. I think that there are new blossom cakes, right? I didn't see any, if there are. And then other than that, they just had their small aisle of yarn. Like, it's like a full double-sided aisle, and then a half aisle, and then a half aisle. Or even a quarter aisle or something like that. But so I couldn't think, like, I was just, like I said, I was just like, I don't know what I want, but I know I want to spend the $10, but I don't know what I want. So what I ended up grabbing was another one of the macchiato cakes that I like so much. The one is, what is it called? Boundless. I was gonna say endless, but look at the colors. For those of you who haven't seen it, when I did my Michael's haul, I am so excited that this one came back because I had missed getting it. And I know, I remember I said when I did the Michael's haul recently that I would probably buy up a couple more here or there. Well, I had a $10 coupon. And these were, it was ringing up at $12.99. This is like one of the ones that doesn't have the price on it. It was ringing up at $12.99, but I had a coupon that made it ended up making it like 9 something at the register. And here's where the awesome girl came in at the register. So I went to the self-checkout just to, like, not bug her. And I rang it up. And when I rang it up, I expected it at first to say $12.99. And I looked up and it said 23 something. And I was like, what? Did I ring it up twice? And there was something else completely that I didn't have. I don't even know what it was. Like, it was like an art product or something. And so I had to get her attention, and she came over and I was like, I think maybe somebody had started ringing something up, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad you caught that, you know, before you paid. And she took it off, you know, and I thanked her and everything. And, you know, I went about my business. Like, I rang up my coupon, and then I realized that it was like 9 something. And I originally thought if you had the $10 voucher that you had to spend $10. And because at Joann's, I think you do. On Joann's, it says $10 off of $10 or more, right? So I'm like, oh, we're in line. What do I do? And we had seen, I will show you, we had seen this little guy. And I don't know if it'll show you. You can see the ball inside him, right? Right there. Let's see if he'll... See him light up? There's like a little stress squish thing. And he didn't have a price tag. And Cameron went looking for him in the Halloween. They have Halloween stuff like nearby right there, and he couldn't find it. He couldn't find any more of them. So then I had to bug her now for a second time. It's time number 2. And I was like, ma'am, do you happen to know the price, like a way to find the price of these? Because I was going to add it, and I was trying to tell her. And she went to go look, and then she's like, oh, just so you know, and she was telling me, like, if you don't spend all the $10, it just carries over or whatever. And I thought about it for like a quick second, and then I was like, it's about to expire anyway, and I don't want to just have like 34 cents carry over anyway, or 64 cents or whatever it was. And I was like, I don't mind buying it. I just don't have a price. And I was like, he's really cute. And so she went and found, I think it was like a different version, like it was like a pumpkin guy or something. But she's like, this will work, and she scanned it for me. And so again, I thanked her, and went about my business trying to pay for it. And I scanned my $10 thing, and it said, invalid voucher. And I was like, invalid voucher? And I checked the date on it. Date was accurate. I checked to make sure it didn't say something like not valid on Halloween products, or not valid on macchiato cakes, or, you know, not valid to girls named Heather, or I don't know. But it didn't say, so for the 3rd time, I called her over. I said, I'm really sorry. And she was so nice. She was like, oh, not at all. You're okay. And I showed her, and she couldn't figure it out. She was like, oh, try scanning it again, so she could see the error and everything, because it had gone away. And she could not figure it out either. She's reading it, because I was like, maybe I'm missing something. And she's looking, and she's like, no, this should work. And she ended up just like leaving the order and taking it over, and she was ringing it up, and she even scanned, because she thought maybe my coupon code to make the yarn 9 something had disappeared. So she scanned her own coupon code for it. She was just so nice. And then on her register, my voucher worked, luckily. So then I was like, oh, thank you so much. And she was like, she's like, thank you. I'm so glad it worked. And, and she's just like, have a nice day. And she was just really nice, so like, it was like a really good experience. So, and I got my little monster guy. So that made me super, super, super happy. And Dizzy has a buddy right now. That makes Dizzy happy. As long as he doesn't fall, because I'm kind of scared if he falls on the floor, the spider might get him. I don't want that. So, I'm really like, the spider's probably long gone, to be honest with you. But, I really don't like spiders. I just don't like killing them. So, anyway, I got a macchiato cake. So that will go out there and join the other macchiato cakes. I love it. I'm so happy. It was just like, it was a nice, the extra between Michael's and Joann's, the extra $20 was like a really awesome pick me up today after the whole doctor's office thing. Because I gotta tell you, I'm not even gonna lie, not to like go back to the health thing, but like I am relieved that like finally I'm getting to talk to somebody about it. But 4 years ago, when David and I went to the doctor, and they said, we can do the surgery when you're ready. The reason I didn't get it done then is because I was scared. And I was like, I can just live with it. I'm sure I can live with it until it gets worse. And I already found myself today, as I was hobbling, like noticeably, even to myself, hobbling, in my own head, I was already like, it might be okay. I'm sure it'll be okay. I can probably live with it longer. And like right then I was like, stop. Because you're much worse than you were 4 years ago. But like that's already, I'm scared, you guys. Like I don't want to do it. When I had my other surgery, I mean, that was kind of like, I was scared to die. So I had it, I didn't want to have cancer. And they said that that would fix it. So like, that was a no-brainer. Like, but in this instance, it's like, I'm just scared to do it. So, yep. It's like, it'll be fine, but it's still really scary. So it was a nice pick-me-up. So then we went to Joann's because I had $10 more to spend. And I had no coupon. Well, I had coupons, but the yarn was technically on sale because they had the it was buy two get a third one free. So of course, even though the two are regular price, they count that as the yarn is on sale. If you didn't know, at least all of mine do. And the coupon never works with it. Excuse me, you guys. Let's get a drink real quick. Of course, now that I think about it, I could have at least used it on the bag because I got 2 bags. I could not leave these behind because how cool is this one? It says fall is magical, and it's, you know, I've been really loving mushrooms lately, but it's also got like the crystals and stuff on it. So I got one of these giant bags. Although when I got it home, I realized when we got these before, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, like, look how not wide they are. I swear some of the ones that I have gotten before from Joann's were like twice as wide as this, that when they were this big. I think I can still fit a heck of a lot of yarn in here, but I swear they used to be much wider. Like, also, like, they were just big. But, I mean, I think I can still fit quite a bit of yarn in there. I'm just saying. So I got that. And then the yarn I got is in this one. But I got Manifest and Chill. I was looking for another big Witch Vibes bag to see if they had any more this year, but they did not. So I think I have like 3 of those bags now, but that's the bag I would buy every time if they had it. I really like that one. But that's okay. So Manifest and Chill was pretty cool. So I got that one. And then the yarn that I got, what I wanted to get was this, what is it called? Supernova yarn. I wanted to get that because when I did that big old Joann's order, they did not have that. I did the order and then they had it, or I would have probably had some of it in the order. But this Joann's did not have it at all. Sad face. So I was looking around because I was like, what am I going to spend the $10 on? And I spent a little bit more, I think with the bags, because the bags were like $3 something each. They were $3.59 each. So, I mean, the bags I spent $7 on. And my total came up to like $17 in total. Plus the $10. Anyway, I got Red Heart Super Saver Biddy Stripes. Because when this came out, you could hardly find it at all, I was so dying to try it and to get specifically 2 colors, but like this one the most. I got the color crayon box in the Biddy stripe yarn. How pretty is that, you guys? I just kept thinking when I was, whenever I was looking at it, wouldn't this make a really pretty mile a minute blanket? Like framed in black? That would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Like, I think it would make a few different really pretty blankets, but I really think, I mean, that would be pretty in granny squares. But I got 2, and of course I was only going to buy 2. That's what I was intending to buy, and then they had the buy 2 get 1 free sale, so I got 3 of them plus the bags. So I didn't do anything crazy, but I wanted to spend the $10, and like I said, my Michaels thing, I only ended up spending like $2, and that's just because the little monster guy was like $3. But yeah, at Joann's I spent a little bit extra. but not much extra. So that was my adventures today. Grocery shopping was uneventful, thankfully. I got in and out as soon as I could. If I'd been able to walk a little bit faster, I think I would have done my shopping in like record time today, honestly. I just want to get home to my baby, who is napping on the couch out there again. And what else have I done? Nothing really, because like most of the day was spent in the city, to be honest with you. I talked to Courtney a lot today, updated her on my stuff, and I crocheted my squares. So let's talk about those real quick and draw my new thing, my advent thing, and then I will let you guys go for the day. What advent thing, you might ask if you've been here. So I'm doing a scrappy blanket for my little comforty advent project for October. Just something like cozy and something to make me happy. So I'm combining my love of crochet and my love of Stranger Things with scrap busting and advent calendar-ing. I made my own. And my fanfic obsession with Stranger Things. And I have taken, and at the beginning of the month there were 31 in here, people and places in the Stranger Things universe that have pertained especially to anything I've like written in my Stranger Things fanfics, right? So like some characters might be missing, like some, I'm not going to give examples because then you'll know who is and isn't in here, but some characters might be missing or something. Some characters that maybe you're not even familiar with, but I'll go over them, are in here. But yeah. And then, yeah, I've been definitely tossing around the idea of, like I said, adding a Heather square to the mix just because, you know, it's my fanfic. There's going to definitely be a Hopper and a Steve square that the Heather square would belong with, right? So I'm just saying. So yesterday I picked my first location square, which I'm going to put a picture up so you have a visual representation. It's probably my favorite location that I added, and I don't know if anybody knew where it was. I don't think anybody commented on it so far anyway. But it was the Fairmart, which was just a little like quickie stop gas station. When I was looking at pictures, there was a gas pump, so gas station, that was in the kind of like the outside corner of Hawkins there, where Steve had gotten into his fight with Tommy. And so if you notice, if you've seen the picture I have, kind of is a little far away shot. There are some close-up pictures online, or obviously you could look in, you know, in season 2 and see close-up pictures. But it's a very 70s looking, the colors kind of remind you of like Reese's Pieces, really. It's like brown, orange, and yellow, like straight up, right? So the square that I made, and I'm doing this diamond pattern that I have, that I make. The squares that I did were in those colors. There is my brown for the building with some of the finishing colors. There's the yellow and the orange, because I had a couple small scrap balls of those. The yellow's getting a little washed out, but I thought that represented the Fairmart pretty well. I love the way these turn out. If that's not like a Heather square, like I don't know what is, right? And with my other squares, I reversed them, but I didn't want this to have brown here and try to figure out, or I mean, I probably could have. I shouldn't say try to figure out, but I didn't think it would look right with orange and yellow out here. So what I did was I checkered it inside instead of just diagonalizing it, or however you want to put it. But I thought that effect looked pretty neat. So those are my 2 squares for the Fairmart. Who would have thought a weird old random building would have came out looking so cool, right? But yeah. So I really, really like them. I could do a whole blanket like this. Like, honestly, I think this looks so, like, retro looking, right? I'm a big, big, big fan of this. I like it a lot. I hope you guys like it. I think a lot of them came out. Like, I really think Lucas's looks pretty retro still. Or like 70s, 60s, 70s looking. I suppose that's vintage now? I don't know. Anyway, I think they look old and I like it. So, let me draw really quickly and see which square will be joining them tomorrow. Sorry, my rings are clinkling. Alright, who we got? Or where? Which square? Oh, that rhymed. What do we got? Ah, I'm getting all the kids. Mike Wheeler. So I don't know what outfit or what Mike Wheeler we're going to have. I will put a picture of him up over here, if I remember. If future Heather is also editing Heather, I will try to remember to do that. But yes, so Mike Wheeler. You guys are surely familiar with him if you are familiar with Stranger Things. He's kind of the little leader of their group. There is a lot of online hate for Mike, which I don't understand. I like him. I like Mike. He's not my favorite, but not because I dislike him, just because I do like some of the other kids just so much. He's 11's little boyfriend. Mike does have a little, like, the one thing I have against Mike is that when he gets older, he's a little bit rude to Hopper, so he's got that little strike against him in my book. But I think he'll grow out of that. It'll be okay. Other than that, you know, he's not such a bad kid. Yeah. All right. So we'll end it on that. Because I really, really, really want to get to the Joann's haul for you guys and get this video up, because oh my god, they've been taking forever to upload. I don't know why. I don't know if it's YouTube or everybody doing Vlogtober or what, but it's been taking forever. So, plus I think I want to get to bed early because, like, I don't know if it was just today or what, but I am tired. So on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging around and dealing with my silliness for Vlogtober. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.